What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today is August 10th, and yesterday the Giants ended up going against the Padres for the second game of this three-game series and ended up losing by a final score of 7-4. But that does not say the whole story. The Giants were down 4-1 going into the ninth inning and going against Josh Hader. If that name sounds familiar, it's because it happened he was the person that was pitching when the Giants had that super historical comeback and Mike Yastrzemski hit that walk-off grand slam on Josh Hader. He was at the time on the Brewers. The Padres picked him up at the trade deadline and ended up going ahead and using him as their closer yesterday, and the Giants ended up getting hold of him again, but not by way of really hits. It was almost all walks, except for Wilmer Flores hitting a single. Besides that, it was all walks, and J.D. Davis, who came up in one of the biggest spots, ended up striking out, but because he struck out doesn't mean that it was one right down the middle. It was about a foot off. So that's what I want to talk about is, I did not want Robo at all. I think that's pretty fun, like seeing the batters go ahead and yell at the umps. But, this is just getting, it's getting unexcusable. There's balls that are like a foot off the plate like J.D. Davis, and then another one in that same at-bat that was about probably, I would say, at least 7 to 8 inches off the plate, and the also called it a strike. So, I feel really bad for J.D. Davis, and what I was hearing also that is very true is when you have a hot hitter like J.D. Davis has been with the bases loaded, that one call can affect it, and not only that, but if you say ball, right, now you're looking at someone that can either walk because Josh Hader did not have his command, or he could just go ahead and hit a grand slam or hit a really big single or double. You never know what the outcome could have been in that at-bat had he not gone ahead and struck out. But you know what? He struck out. It was unfortunate, but it was 1 out now, bases loaded. Giants had to come back by 2. Then there's another person that went ahead and walked, and another walk. So, it was a walk and then a sac fly by Evan Longoria. And Jurickson Profar, it was incredible. It was 4-3, bases loaded with only 1 out. And Jurickson Profar dove for a ball. And he caught it at the very tippy top of his glove. Had he just mistimed that a little bit, that ball would have gone past, probably would have scored 3 runs. You're looking at the Giants being up by at least 1 or 2. And then the Giants now could bring in Camilo Doval instead of Tyler Rogers, who's just been a wreck, a train wreck, literally. So he ended up giving up a walk-off home run to Manny Machado, which sucked after the Giants just came back against someone like Josh Hader. That stuff can't happen. And Jock Peterson also went against Tim Hill, and he ended up striking out to end the inning. So the 9th inning started with 4-4. And then Tyler Rogers came in, and I'm going to be honest, as soon as I saw Tyler Rogers came in, I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to be a home run. He didn't give up a home run in 53 innings. So I didn't think it was going to be a home run, but I did think that Manny Machado was going to go ahead and rip a single or something. And I did not think that Tyler Rogers was going to go ahead and make sure that this game went into extras. And in some ways, I'm glad, because then I could go to sleep, because it's my first day of school, so I didn't have to listen to the Giants and see them in extra innings and probably lose, because they're not very good at extra innings. Okay, so with all that being said, once again, I just want to talk about the Robo. Was not on board with it, and I like the umps and having batters go ahead and yell. But, at this point now, it's just getting unexcusable, like I said, and it's costing the Giants and any team games. Usually I'll just be like, oh, well, that cost the Giants, and it's cost a lot of team games. And it's one thing if that at bat was like in the first or second inning. It would still suck, but there is a whole bunch of innings after. This is a very big spot in the 9th inning that had J.D. Davis done something, the Giants could have taken the lead, and we would see Camilo Doval, who had his hot stuff and was doing really good the game before. So now, with all that being said, still really upset about the game, but I'm going to give out the players of the game. My player of the game is going to go to, well, I don't really know who to give it to because a lot of the stuff was walks. Could give it to Evan Longoria for the sack fly, tying up the game. It was incredible play by Jurickson Profar. Had he not got that, Evan Longoria would have definitely been the player of the game. So I'm not really sure who I should give it to, but I think I might give it to Mike Yastrzemski because he started off the rally in the 9th inning with the walk, and as much as it's just a walk, that's a momentum setter for a team to be like, okay, we can maybe come back. We have a runner at first and nobody out. Let's try and do this, So I'm going to try and get to Mike Yastrzemski. Also, he went ahead and robbed a home run that was just really good off of Brandon Drury. I think it was the 4th inning, if I remember correctly, right after the Juan Soto home run. So he went ahead and did that. And by the way, that Juan Soto home run was the first Padres score because they got shut out 2 games in a row. I think it was their first time scoring in, I believe, 24 or 26 innings. It might have even been 28 innings, but around that area. So that sucks that the Giants were the ones to do it, but, you can't have a team with that much talent be shut out 3 times in a row. That's very hard to do. Now, with all that being said, I'm also going to give out my overall player of the game, and I'm going to give it to Jurickson Profar. He didn't do much at the plate. However, like I said, had he not sprawled out and caught that ball, it probably would have just changed the game completely, and the Padres would have been looking at their 6th straight loss. So I'm going to give it to Jurickson Profar because of his great, big, humongous defensive play. Now, with all that being said, I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. Go Giants, and I will see you guys tomorrow.